In the Bible, we find one of the most beautiful appeal from God. It says, "Today, if you hear His voice, harden not your heart." Would you like to spend this day with God? Listen to this devotional.
This Day with God, a devotional by Ellen G. White. Giving what you've got. The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself. Proverbs 11, verse 25. Liberality is one of the directions of the Holy Spirit, and when the professed people of God withhold from the Lord His own in tithes and offerings, they meet with spiritual loss. The Lord does not reward a stinted liberality. He calls upon the people to honor Him with their substance and with the first fruits of all their increase. It is not possible to lay down rules for every case, for in many instances such a course would distress the giver. The circumstances in which some are placed and which are of God's appointment are to be considered. The Lord expects a man to impart of what he has and not of what he has not. With some, a tenth of the income would not properly represent the proportion they should give to the Lord, while to others it is a fair return. How many are losing rich blessings and becoming spiritually dwarfed because they withhold from God His own? The enemy of God and man is constantly at work to divert the treasures which belong to God and to please and honor and glorify the human agent. My family needs calls for this and for that, men say, and convenience after convenience is added to the house in furniture and clothing and dainties for the table. They fail to limit their desires, when by so doing they would bring blessing to themselves and to their families. God has made us His Aminors, co-partners with Him in the great work of advancing His kingdom on the earth. We may pursue the course taken by the unfaithful steward, and by so doing lose the most precious privileges ever granted to men. For thousands of years, God has worked through human agencies, but at His will He can drop out the selfish, the money lover, the covetous. He can carry on His work though we act no part. But who among us would be pleased to have the Lord do this? The Lord reads every thought of the heart, every impulse of the mind. If we have not the Spirit to give freely, we mock Him. When we show to the world, to angels and to men, that the prosperity of the cause of God is our first consideration, God will bless us.